For the first time in the history of Ukrainian motorsport, the team represents their country in the top league of world drifting, the Formula Drift US Championship. Team name, Huragan. Car, Toyota Supra A90 2023 Aspida. Owner of the car, driver's spotter, founder of the team, Pavlo Chabanov. Driver, Oleksii Holovnia. The car was built in Ukraine by Supra Racing. Work on the project began half a year before the full-scale, unprovoked Russian military aggression. It was completed during the war, which, as of June 2023, is still ongoing. 1 year and 4 months of war. A war that will surely end with the victory of truth. Victory of Ukraine. The Huragan racing team and Huragan Media Production are grateful to Formula Drift organizers for giving the team the opportunity to participate in the championship, and also for providing the drone footages used in this video. Yuki Brothers for team support. And Oleksandr Lituda personally for the visual design of the team. Enjoy.
Really cool car, VR powered. Yeah, that's got a GTR engine under the hood.
I can't remember the last time I had a rest, so I'm a spotter here, and this is how it looks like.
20th year of FD, the longest running pro drift championship in the world.
I actually have not missed a single event.
Look at this weather, look at where we are, almost with Long Beach, downtown close, you know? Super cool.
I am a battle guy.
We're very lucky to be a part of all that.
But at the beginning, it was just, I think that we saw a sport that deserved to get some kind of attention in the United States.
Let's cheer Oleksii on with our team and with all of Ukraine.
Slava Ukraini.
Hi guys, we're in New York, where we've got several tasks to be done here. First one is to meet the girl, meaning the car, hold it and kiss it. Pick up the car and the head, GMC. Then we need to jump in a BMW that is so-called the yellow-bellied and drive throughout the USA altogether. It's not as easy, but we need to keep going and never stop. Supra has just arrived. I can't describe how nervous I am. My hands are shaking. It feels like on the first date at 16 or 15, can't remember the age, but I think you know what I mean. And this first meeting is going to be highly emotive. I'm going to show you. The most interesting thing about it is that we were supposed to be met by Borys Malyuha. But he had driven so fast for Supra recently that he was banned from driving for 2 weeks. He can even be taken to jail if he tries to drive now. Waiting for Max, another 50 minutes to wait, and going to our beauty. This car is a cosmic one. I have never seen or driven such a car. All is done at the highest level. carbon, the quality. It stands in front of the shop. While working, I can observe people going around, taking photos or posting stories. Our people who work sideways from me are wondering and asking me, "What do you guys do that you have such cars? Tell us!"
Чепа красава.
Wow, Chepa! I'm speechless!
Честно, у меня даже слов таких нету. Ну, красавчик вообще. Ни хрена себе.
Last time I saw it while fitting, it was only the bodywork, longerons, and the frame. And that's all it had. No body kit, no wheels. This is very well made. Pictures can't express how it really looks like. It's amazing. Well, tomorrow is going to be a new day. I'm going to sleep over with this and let you know if the girl is good or not. Our plans for today are to pick up GMC, pick up the trailer, and drive to California tomorrow. May I have your attention here? It is a subcompact car. It's the only one in the USA, and we are going to take it. If you want a video review of this truck, like the video and comment on it, and Huragan will make it for you.
Welcome to Bergie's. We appreciate the business, and we hope you love your new GMC.
All right, so we're done here. We'll see you at the next dealer's location. Yes, we are going to the next location.
I'm going to suggest, because of the size of your truck, to go with the B&W, which is going to be the 2.5 inch rather than the 2 inch. You won't have to put a spacer in there. Let me show you the ones that we have.
I guess we have a spacer.
Picking up the adapter in order to hook the trailer to Azov.
Keep your foot on the brake.
So, here is
Вот
our
у нас
house for
есть
Aspida.
будинок для Aspida.
It is roaring because of the VR38. That's why it's roaring. Well, it's done.
Готово.
We barely got into this slightly narrow
Вузенько
space. We are not changing the qualification, but moving to California. As Pasha said, we are changing the retirement country, Pennsylvania, to California. So now it's like this.
Привіт, друзі. Я дуже
Hey
давно не
everyone,
виходив в ефір,
I haven't been online for a long time because, well, we've had a lot to do.
Я вже не
I can't remember the last time I had a rest. We had two races. First is the administrative one, where we need to pass all the way from the car starting to the registration and technical inspection. We had the inspection today and we didn't pass it. No, in fact, we had only one small remark. We're going to put in a factory-made aluminum bash bar and it's going to be good then. The most important thing is that we have passed the weight check. We matched the wheel size of 295 millimeters, so this is very good news.
Це дуже гарні новини.
We're finishing the preparation of Supra today and going to start the first training in Long Beach. Dude, I still can't believe that I'm here, in California, in the USA, on top of Drift Formula Championship. And today is just the preparation day, but I feel something new and unusual for myself. Because, I mean, I'm here for the first time, and everything is new for me here.
Все для мене нове.
Знайшли баш-бар.
All right, so we found a bash bar somewhere here in California, Long Beach.
Каліфорнії, в Лонг-Біч.
Guys brought it here for us.
Хлопці привезли.
Тільки що це було дуже незвичайно.
Something really incredible happened here. We raised up the whole world around us while searching for a bash bar, and then we found it in an official Toyota dealer's shop approximately 100 miles from us. Although we were not able to buy it because the shop was going to be closed in 30 minutes and we could do nothing with that. The first one we bought for $450 and the second, new one, is for free. Wow!
Вау! Команда Castro. Toyota.
Castro Toyota Command, I showed you before on the training,
Так вийшло, що
helped us so much. found a bash bar and gifted it to us.
Знайшли нам башбар і подарували.
So that one fits perfect, that one does not.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. Finish that, put it on. Don't worry about it, whatever.
Що, друзі, день
Well, friends,
перш нульовий
zero day is finished.
у нас закінчився.
Supra has successfully passed the inspection.
Дуже було багато несподіваних.
We've faced a lot of unexpected situations, but we passed it all.
Все здолали та пройшли. Їдемо віддихати, відпочивати.
We're going to have a rest now, because after all, training starts at 8 a.m. tomorrow, so
І завтра будемо
let's make meat tomorrow.
м'ясо.
It's been really cool. You know, there are a lot of memories. I'd always been in the automotive industry, and I was never a professional racer or anything like that, a hobbyist drifter at the most. But when we kind of saw what it was in Japan, we had an opportunity to bring the Japanese series over here. And that kind of kicked off drifting in the US in 2004. And from that, Formula Drift became a brand. And so at that time, my partner and I, we had been basically developing a marketing company in the automotive space. And we both have event backgrounds. So we kind of dropped everything that we were doing and just focused on this. Now there are certain goals that we do have as the sport has progressed and developed. But at the beginning, it was just, I think that we saw a sport that deserved to get some kind of attention in the United States, and so that's what we set out to do. We try to focus on treating it like a real competition, and we try to have very regimented rules, regulations, judging criteria, all that kind of stuff. But the nature of the sport is such that there is a huge entertainment aspect to it. And just like mixed martial arts or the UFC, I think it's very similar to that. Oh, I don't think we've ever really been interested in Europe because, you know, we are very friendly with Drift Masters, and, you know, we don't want to compete against them. We want to let them see their vision through. We've done a lot of international things over the years, and I've always found that they have to be the right ones because you're going to take attention off of what you're doing here, and this is, you know, the most important thing that we do. Well, this year we've basically done an upgrade on all of our existing systems for the most part. So, you know, we completely kind of looked at new technical elements for the live stream, for distribution, for graphics, integrating telemetry data, things like that. We are testing live telemetry data in the background right now, and we're going to roll that out. We started doing it a little bit this weekend. We have a new D-cell light, which basically is the light that's on the vehicle's cars. And so those are some of the big ones. There will probably be a couple other things that are related to that in terms of technology. So like we have a goal to take the live telemetry data plus the in-car camera feeds that are in the cars and pipe them to the cloud to put in an application for fans so they can go and say, oh, let me watch this guy and see what's going on in his car and things like that.
День перший почався з тренувань. Було 5
Day one
проїздів.
started with the training. Alex faced a lot of the grip, so it was very hard to drive on it.
Тяжко їхати на такому держаку.
But Alex Loop knew exactly what to do, drove perfectly, and even had one double race with Dodge. Now we're going to prepare for the qualification races. So that's it, guys.
Нічого. Все. Ну що, друзі, я нарешті видихнув, тому що...
Well, friends, finally I breathed out. Training took longer than we expected because of many crushes. I've even started to go crazy inside. Now we're preparing for qualification racing, but before that, we're having the warm-up. I do understand the process, but I don't understand how many times I'll be able to ride. It could be 1 or even 2 times. The car works perfectly in general, but there are some nuances. And I had a problem with the first clipping zone. Some crap happened there because it was great at the first passages. You know, the grip was steady along the road and I was able to work with it, drive up and move away. It wasn't hard, but after a while, maybe because the sun warmed up the track or maybe because we put in more rubber, the grip became uneven. There was too much of it during acceleration and initiation, but right there at the first wall where the first clipping zone is, it disappears somewhere and you just lose control and you can even drive into the wall. Well, I was even a little there, but all is fine with the car. It's just a little cosmetic repair, headlights, bumper, nothing serious. Now, I am a little bit more nervous about this moment because I'm not sure how to act on the qualification racing. I think I'm just gonna have to wing it. We're putting the reduction back now and we need to work more with the accelerator, so the headlights back, handbrake, cylinder replacement, and also changing the Ackerman puck. The angle problem may also be because of that. So we're going to finish it all and then see how it works. My friends, who can watch the racing from the Tribune, noticed other drivers face problems too, so only around 5 or 6 cars or drivers are racing perfectly. Others face problems just like me, so I'm not alone. I have a chance to pass the qualification. Let's prepare properly and see how it works.
Тому готуємося і подивимося, як це буде.
Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog like I'm in a big league.
It is a new, interesting experience for me as a drag racer because drift and drag are 2 slightly different disciplines. Drag is when you can't let the car go into the sliding. You need to hold it straight all the time. But drift is when you drive in a constant, totally controlled sliding all the way. For me, as a fan of all motorsports, it is a very interesting experience of such a huge competition to experience and go through all the moments with the team, in setting up the car, in organizational issues. I think that Formula Drift is a more massive event because, Drift is a show and the organizational process is built around the competition with the focus on the show. Formula Drift Technical Park is made more impressive, more showish happening here, and more marketing. Everything here is for people who came to watch racing and spend a cool time on a maximum level. Well, guys, let's cheer Oleksii on with our team and with all of Ukraine.
Я у Льоші...
So, I'm a spotter here, and this is how it looks like.
Так виглядає. Ми з ним говоримо...
We discuss our races as well as others. Spotting other teams' runs is prohibited from the spotter tower. You can only shoot driver from your team.
інформації.
We share the information on the radio then.
Так, дуже прикольно, бо це...
Yes, it is very cool.
Це шоу.
It is a drift. It's a show.
Holovnia.
Holovnia does his job, and I help him around. Hello, friends. Okay, the race has just started, and Top 32 has just started racing. First pairs have already passed the race. We are the 12th, and I don't fully understand how it's organized here and if I should come back to the start after the first race. But now we're going to find it out and start preparation. The car condition is much better today. We don't have problems that we had before, so I was much better last time. I hope it'll be a good turnaround today during my run because my opponent is Dan Stuk, who drives 255mm wheels. His car is extra light.
VR powered. Yeah, that's got a GTR engine under the hood of the all-new Toyota Supra, the M-Spec S chassis. Hold faithful here for Stuckey. Yo, getting it done. And the Ukrainian driver, Alex, slowing down a bit, getting that smoke show, gets intimate with the side of Stuckey's M-Spec vehicle.
Now, Holovnia is going to be leading, and he's just going to have to lay down the best run as he can because he did make sizable mistakes as a chase driver. Stuckey needs to know, he knows what to do probably behind. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Here we go, Holovnia out front. Stuckey giving chase. Now transitioning into that second outside down. Holovnia comes up a bit short. Allowing Stuckey to stay close. One more turn. Oh, and Stuckey hits that wall. It does affect him, but man, he took that like an uppercut and still kept on beating away.
He didn't correct.
That could have taken him out.
Now, after all, I do understand that I could have raced better. I did not have enough time and test racings. We configured the car according to each race, and our last configurations that I really liked were done just right before the first Top 32 race. Now that I can push full gas, I understand I need to change the reduction, but we've run out of time. Free test racing can't show the full picture, so you can only understand if you match or not during the competition when there is a task from the judges and trajectory. So we've got the needed information after this race, so we're now able to prepare properly for the next one. I am very upset, of course, because it was a long way to my dream, and I wish my results could have been better. We were not lucky, and that is very important in drift. I wish I could have done better. If we could have finished at least top 16, this would have been so much better. Every driver wishes to be on the pedestal at least once, but I did not even dream about it this time. Our main task was to race as good as we can so that people can see it.
Dan Stuck
is a really cool guy. I mean, we've been in contact for a while. He gave me some recommendations about Formula Drift, and I would say that it was a friendly race. I could feel that before and after the start, and we even had gestures of communication through the window. He even came up to me after the race and said, "Hey guy, I was sure that I'd lost because I made a huge mistake." He was really surprised to win the race. I saw many other different championships, and I may say that this is really the top one. They're very well organized, and the scale is impressive. Of course, I want to pass the whole season, but let's see how it's going to work out with the partners and sponsors, the Huragan racing team. I will do my best to pass the whole season and show the highest level possible. That is extremely important for me. I live that. It's not just the competition that will be followed by the daily routine after all. I can do better. I know that as well as my fans do. This is not my level. If we take all odds away, logistic difficulties and other troubles we face now, then I can do better. We just need to figure out how and show a good level and prove that I can do better. That Ukrainian drift is not worse than the American one. It was really hard work to be here. There are teams here like RTR, Papadakis Racing, whose driver can jump out of the car, like it was with Adam LZ yesterday, relax on the chair, drink water, and watch his car being repaired. It is a really huge and perfectly organized team. We are a little different though. We have good guys that we've found here in the USA. See, I came here by myself, so those guys are very cool. They do a great job and get in contact easily, but they just don't have drift experience. They're not aware of the organization process, how fast a car needs to be repaired, etc. That's why I needed to dive deep into the process from the beginning. I spent several hours under and above the car together with mechanics. Guys, I did not have an opportunity just to say that I've got the problem with the handbrake, please fix it. No, I couldn't do that. I needed to show them how to do that, to help them. It's hard work that takes a lot of energy. This is my way, and I'm excited about it. Mechanics teams, cars, zips, tools, and all other connected things are always around me. This is to understand me better. I've been here for 5 days now, but managed to stay at the hotel near the track only for 2 nights. Other times, we're full of car settings at the garage, spare parts buying, etc. That's why it's been so hard, but like I told you before, the taste of victory would be much stronger for us. This car was built properly, but I did not plan to drive on it while I'd been building it. It was made for a client for his aims, so I did not understand what was going to happen with it. But it happened that way. I'm the driver and I'm under double responsibility because I need to show not just the high drifting level, but also to meet the client's expectations as a car builder. So, I mean, if I jump out of the car and say, hey, this car doesn't run, so then I'll hear Smith like, what the fuck, what's going on? So I guess I have to meet both criterias, as a driver and as a car builder. I had an idea to take part in Drift Formula, and now I can fully understand how hard it is. I was planning to come here without any budget, like a bum, driving my extra Toyota GT86. I mean, it better meets the regulations than the BMW, but I was aiming to pass the race by all means. 1, 2, or 3 Formula Drift series. I was ready to stay overnight under the open sky, or even inside the trailer, as it was my main goal to come here. Meanwhile, we were talking with Pavlo and found out that he can't take part in the competition this year due to no license. Moreover, he needed to practice more to take part in free competitions and gain more experience. The same advice I gave him then. We discussed it and he offered, hey, let's go together, you know, like one team, the Huragan racing team. Let's just do it together. So that was the plan. Pavlo has even started to look for 2-car trailer, but I faced visa problems that I didn't resolve and I wasn't able to send my GT86 here. So we decided that I would just drive the Supra by myself. Just like my car, the Supra is a new one that needs a lot of attention. I don't believe that Supra A90 is an experimental platform and that it may have some problems. It needs to be set up and run. We know many successful examples of such cars. I mean, just have a look at Frederick Osbo. I submitted the applications for both competitions, Formula Drift and Drift Masters, hoping that one of them would be declined. But now I need to handle both competitions because they intersect on some series. So I'll need to choose which one to attend. I do need to bear in mind that I'm not Frederick Osbo, and I'm not paid for it, so I have to earn money for my family and for the mechanics team. I mean, I've got a great team in Ukraine, back in Europe. I have 2 services, in Kiev and in Warsaw. So I need to pay rent, I need to pay salary in both locations, and what's more, I have several clients who need our support. So while I'm here, my team from Warsaw came to Spain to support the client during the competition. I helped them from here and gave recommendations to the driver. Well, this is some kind of pun, and I'm happy to have such an intense life, but sometimes I panic. So, it sounds complicated, but it sure is a thrill. I had an opportunity to go through this difficult, interesting, full of emotions, several weeks together with the team, Pavlo and Alex, organizing the car transportation to the USA and other preparations. Yeah, it wasn't easy, because this is slightly new story in the USA and we needed everything to be done. The car arrived here, but we needed to find Smith to transport it through the USA. So we started to find a pickup truck that could hook onto the trailer. It's not easy to find such trucks in the USA, as it's simply just not available. But we fixed it. We found a suitable truck, and then we started to look for this amazing trailer, which you can see here. This is not only a garage for Aspida, but also the workshop on wheels, and the place to relax for the team and driver. We found it and bought it. I was so excited about it. We needed to organize everything from the very beginning. How do I feel now? Cool, because Yuki Brothers, it's more a styling shop. We make awesome cars and much more awesome stuff, but here's another racing story. I had some experience of how the process should work. Here, all things are more global. The level is higher because this is a top drift competition. Surely, I am happy to be part of the Huragan team, as this is a new stage of Ukrainian motorsport history. The very first Ukrainian team in Formula Drift. And guess what, guys? This is not the end. We're going to have many other local competitions, which are also very tough and intense. We are hoping to be way more successful in Formula Drift. As for me personally, as a drag driver, I will not take part in the competition this season because my car, due to war, has been in Ukraine for almost a year. It stood for a long time, and I've hardly moved it to the USA, so now I need to do a huge amount of work to prepare for the next season. This season, it's better to just prepare for it so we can gain good results next year.
Well, this is the best series on the planet, I would say. They have the biggest level, the great drivers, great people. Like, you guys just came in and you guys are super cool. I like how he drives, I love how you guys bring to the table. So that makes, for me, very special. Have so many different drivers from different countries, and they're very talented and put everything there with a very nice rules. We all kind of equal with car, power, tires, so I believe it gives this energy. Yeah, this round is very, it's a love and hate track. I like it, but I don't like that much. But this round was great. We make adjustments on the car. We make some tests and went well. Actually, you guys were there and I'm testing as well. We're sharing the track. But we made the car a lot better, a lot easier to drive, faster, more aggressive, which it was everything went well. Qualifying, it was not what I was expecting. I was doing better laps in practice. I just made a small mistake to back down a little bit. Qualified okay, 16, was looking for something better. And top 32, we got a great battle with Kaguchi. And we put everything together, put a show for the people. We took the win when we knew how to push it a little harder. We did that, took the win. With Ryan Turk, we knew that we had to step up. We did the same thing, we did a great chase, it was super fun. And then my leader just went a little bit too much. It was just a little bit, the car is a little bit damaged. Well, this piece of the car right now here, but yes, everything. It doesn't matter actually sometimes the result, it's just more, what matters is what you're pushing harder and you're learning every time that you're doing it. And we feel that we move forward big time, like looking forward for the next round. We love it here because it's a paving track, it's a cool track, it's a great venue. A lot of people here. Look at this weather, look at where we are, almost with Long Beach, downtown close, you know. Super cool. What is hate is like so much walls. This is the first round. We kind of like warming up and you're gonna warm up with walls. So if you don't touch the walls, scrape it, you're not doing great. So if you go a little bit deeper, it's happened what happened to me. I just tapped the wall too much and spun out and almost damaged the car big time, but that didn't happen.
What's special about this event, well, especially the season, it's the 20th year, so it's you know, the 20th year of FD, the longest running Pro Drift Championship in the world, and this is the first round, so it's Long Beach, and it's a very crazy track. It's you know, got a lot of walls, a lot of tension, and there are more champion drivers in this season than ever before. Yeah, I can't say I'm excited how our weekend went. We had a little bit of engine trouble, and we did it one more time with Matt Field in top 32. So I mean, me and Matt Field were, you know, championship contenders, and so to go up against someone like that in top 32, only one of us is going to move on, and we didn't have a 100% car at the time on the one more time and made a small mistake, and so that's all it takes.
So I've been in Formula Drift since the very beginning, since 2004, and this being the 20th year, I actually have not missed a single event. So for 20 years, 20 seasons, I've been a part of the series since day one. That's a huge landmark for myself, considering that I started this when I was 15 years old. I'm 36 now, which means more than half of my life I've been a professional drifter. And of course, seeing a lot of newcomers from Europe, of course Alex being one of them from Ukraine, it's just amazing to see how big the sport has grown from the first time that I was actually competing 20 years ago. So in that sense, it makes me wonder, like, okay, what's my next move? And of course, considering that there's a lot of newcomers coming, I have to start to realize, okay, how do I make the sport grow even bigger? And yeah, so that's kind of where I am right now in the milestone of my career, trying to decide which road to take next. Currently, starting last year, I started competing in the Japanese series. So I do the full Formula Drift Japan series as well as the US series. Ultimately, I would like to do, you know, DMEC, DMEC maybe. I've been to parts of New Zealand, Australia, just to see their drifting, you know, competitions, and it's always, you know, high skilled wherever I went. So yeah, who knows where I will end up next, but for now I want to put all my focus on the US series as well as Japanese series. We put a lot of work in the off season to get ready for this new, you know, 20th anniversary season. I made a lot of changes to the car where I didn't like last year, and the car drives phenomenal. It's amazing. Unfortunately, myself as a driver, I didn't really feel too confident going into this weekend, and if that comes from a lack of practice, just working too hard on getting the car dialed instead of actually driving it. And so we pretty much came into this event, you know, round one blind, not really knowing what to expect. And of course, everyone here is very highly, technical, highly skilled, amazing drivers from across the globe. And it just really put me in my spot and made me realize, wow, I should have been driving more in the off season. So going into round 2 in Atlanta, I want to focus a little bit more on driving, getting the car dialed in, and ready to kick ass.
The hard work of your people, I think the rest of the world has really seen that over the last few years with everything that's going on in Ukraine. Obviously me being Norwegian, I'm pretty close, right? And I have friends both in Russia and in Ukraine across the world, and it's horrific. It's horrific. And to see you guys push through all of that and defending and still making things like this happen, coming here to compete, it says a lot about your spirit. Slava Ukraini. Oh, but it's honest, and it's what you guys are going through is way bigger than the rest of us fools here that are just sliding cars, right? You guys are hardcore. You guys are warriors, and I think we can all learn from that.
I got to be honest, it's always very challenging for me going into the first round, because I'm so anxious, nervous, a lot of pressure, right? When we've won 2 championships now in a row, and that means that the only goal is to win another one, right? So the expectations are really high, and to be able to do that, it takes a lot. It takes a lot from the team, from the car, and from myself. So going into Long Beach, it's not just joy and happiness and everything. There's also a lot of concern and butterflies and anxiety, right? So to be able to pull off a podium here is huge. This feels more like a win than perhaps winning at some of the other rounds, because now we've shaken this off. We've started off the season okay, and now we're going into some tracks that are more favorites of mine. It was really fun to battle James today and have him back, obviously one of the greatest drifters alive, and to be able to really take him for a solid battle like that was really cool. And I think this is the first season without any regulations or any limitations by the pandemic. And FD is really doing well. They're doubling down and increasing prize money. They're doing great things. They're putting
better live stream in place. They're working on technology,
doing the Hall of Fame thing, and this event sold out faster than any other event. So that really says a lot about FD being a very strong series. And for all of us competing here, it's awesome, right? Like being a European competing here in the States, and where everything's big and golden and shiny and all the opportunities, all that stuff. It's a dream come true for me. And I've been here since 2011. This is my 13th season. I haven't been here since the start, but I've been here a long time, seen a lot, been a rookie, a contender, then a champion, now a veteran. And just to see FD continuously growing like that, we're very lucky to be a part of all that.
It wasn't easy. It's been a long couple months, I guess, since I saw you guys last. A lot has happened, but there was only one goal this weekend, and this was it. After qualifying, I wasn't quite sure it was going to happen, but I am a battle guy. So my biggest thing is going into battles, doing good laps, and trying my best to win. And I think that this is a huge testament to the team and the car. The team killed it, and all I had to do was drive. So my life was easy. It's definitely not 100%, but everything that we built in the front so that you could take the crash, it worked perfectly. I think the chassis is perfectly straight, but there's a lot of body damage. But we have some more bumpers on the way from Chris Tapps. I'm sure everybody knows. Yeah, I already told him, give me a bumper, give me a bumper. And I'm sure they're gonna get it done in time for the next round. So hopefully we put some new body panels on it, a couple of fresh parts, and we're ready to go because I'm feeling good. Let's be real, all of us, we wanna win every round. We wanna qualify first and we wanna win every round. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it don't, but the only thing that you can do is just try your best. So that's what I keep telling myself. The outcome doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is right now. and all I'm gonna do is drive my best. I mean, I've been doing Formula Drift for like 13 years, I think. And this is obviously a special year for Formula Drift. It's a special year for me. New sponsors, new everything. So it feels like a new life. That's what it feels like. And I think that we just need to focus on the fact that we are here now. Don't dwell on the past. Last year doesn't matter. The year before that doesn't matter. This year is what matters. And that's all we can do. Yeah!